First, let's pay homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming, to Master Sakya Zhengkong, to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and Master Dubden Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the black-faced Golden Mother, and homage to Master Lienteng, Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs today are Accountant to Buddha School, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband, producers for Guinea Dancing Shinton from CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi, and Dr. Zhang Xingli, the rep to the council from Taipei City, Dharma Sister Xie Huili, and daughter of the former council from Kaohsiung City, Dharma Sister Wu Meixian. First, I would like to announce for next Sunday, September 10th at 3 p.m. there would be Hayagriva Homa fire offering ceremony. The Homa today, what is special for the Homa today was, last night we talked about Master Lienteng, and today, during our Homa, Master Lienteng descended. He came. What a coincidence. And from beginning to end, he was here. And afterwards, Master Lien Miao, see if you would see him or dream of him, because he appeared for a very long time in the sky. I decided the Hua Guang, or the Lotus Light Buddha, Master Lienteng. And today we performed the black face of the Golden Mother of the Jade Pond, Homa. Oh, I have not said my greetings. Good afternoon, everybody. I haven't recovered until now. I apologize. It's I was up there and it's hard to put into words.
我们才能讲这个可以讲啊，对。
I'm at a loss for words. Sorry about that. Because this deity kept talking, wanted to talk, and I didn't let her talk. That this deity, the Black Fist Golden Mother, wanted to talk. Yeah, let her talk. But that would make... It's best not to. Please don't catch me. She's very fierce, and she may turn the table over. She's quite wrathful. Now I'm back to normal. Oh my God. During the marriage dedication earlier, I could not say the few sentences, and Golden Mother stated it, but I didn't say anything. She wanted to express, she wanted to attach to my body to catch the ghost. But she wants to enter into my body. The black-faced golden mother specializes in catching the ghosts, and she specializes in the nether world. And she wanted to attach to my body and catch the ghosts to show to everybody. And she wanted me to jump from here. And she said, it'll be fine. And when I was young, maybe okay to jump like that, but now, if she attaches to me and I jump like that, catching the ghost, and if I catch the wrong person, what would happen? She's very ferocious, very powerful, so I had to calm myself down so that we're not attached, so that there's a little distant between us.
那么这一尊就是专门抓鬼的。
So this deity specializes in catching the ghost, and she was about to demonstrate catching the ghost, and she could turn the tables. In the thought, that is that to turn over this table, and then I jump down to the ground, and then catch the ghost from someone's body. She was going to do that, and I said, no, no. If you turn the table over, how can I give Dharma teaching? And then if jump down, and at this age, if I jump and my legs are not ready, and she asked me to go to one of the disciples and catch the ghost. But I can't do that. If it's a man, it's fine. But if you catch a woman, if it were a woman, that would be uncouth. So I rejected her request. So that's why I was a little bit incoherent in my speech. So little did I know that the black-faced golden mother is like that. So the mudra is the same as the golden mother. And the only thing different is that she's holding the 7-star sword. And the function of the 7-star sword is quite remarkable. You can say that it can be used to stab the ghost to death. So she swings the sword to catch the ghost. There was something that I like to tell you. Grandmaster and Simu built this rainbow villa and used their own money and asked Master Lian Si to hire developers to build it. There were no fundraising at all for the rainbow villa. At that time, Master Lian Bao, who is now at Las Vegas, Master Lian Bao drove us on I-90, and all of a sudden, we saw a rainbow that rose from the ground to the sky, a huge rainbow with many colors, and it rose to the sky. So we followed the rainbow and arrived at this place, the Rainbow Villa. And this piece of land was for equestrian, for horses, with the horse stalls. So I bought this piece of land. At that time, we didn't want to build anything, and Master Lian Bao rented like a backhoe to level the land, the ground. And there's a total of 40 acres here. At that time, it was very cheap. And then we built it. But there was something really serious, was that the wind tunnel, there's a wind tunnel here. In the fall and winter, the wind is very strong, as if all the wind gathered at this place. And as we walked, it's like we could be blown by the wind. And all the leaves would blow to one direction. The power of the wind. So on one side of the trees would be only on one side. So at that time, at the beginning, Grandmaster expounded on the the complete topic on Buddhism, complete talks on Buddhism, and words through the grapevine that attended that exposition. And upon the completion of the talks, there was a strong wind, and all the trees moved, and the roof were almost blown away. And that was at the end of the talk. And they walked out from the building, and they could barely walk with the wind blowing so hard. Everybody was wobbling. And I remember X said this statement. You know what she said? This rainbow villa was found by Grandmaster Lu and built the Rainbow Temple. How could that be so horrible? That the wind is so hard. That when the wind blows, everybody couldn't stand still, and the trees and the roofs were almost blown away. And she had said this. How could that be so? And that's already quite hurtful to Grandmaster's heart, because the Rainbow Villa, the piece of land where the 7 stars convene, how could that be so horrible? How could there be such strong wind that blow every day in the winter time? Master Lin Yin was here. How many of you were blown by those strong winds? It was really horrible. And her statement meant that, look, the piece of land that you chose, where the 7 stars convene, how could that be such a horrible wind? What kind of holy sacred land could that be? So it was a very ridiculing, a very undermining comment. Have you heard her giving Dharma talk? Did you ever hear her say this statement? This is Taiwanese.
他自己如果还清楚的话，他就知道他讲的这一句“奈安内西亚”。
She said that Nai Anisya. She would remember this.
心中也是茫然。我们自己的宝地对
So when I heard her comment, I also felt quite that how could I have chosen such a piece of land where the 7 stars convene. So I prayed to Golden Mother, please find a way so that we don't have such wind storm anymore. And she told me to draw the flag of the 7 star subduing the wind. So I drew it with 7 stars. And what the Black-Fist Golden Mother is holding today is the 7 star sword. One hand is holding the celestial duster, and this other hand is holding the 7 star sword. And the 7 stars wind subduing flag was buried at the top of the hill, where there was a cabin. The cabin, the log cabin built by the Boy Scouts. Next to it, I buried the flag of the 7 stars subduing the wind. And then, now, is there a strong wind in the winter time? No. No, it's gone. So we have subdued the wind. There's a King County here. There's a King County office here. Off exit 25. At those times, people who live here had to live with this windstorm every winter. Now it has gotten better. No more wind storms. And the leaves on the trees are even. At those times, they were only on one side. Once I buried the flag of the 7 stars subduing the wind, then all is calm and windless. No more wind. Nothing to be strange about. That's the power of Golden Mother. She can stop the wind. That wind tunnel was really severe, that the roof was almost blown over. There's none now, because I don't spend my winters here these days. Much better. Lian Qin and Lian Yin went to King County. Did you ask them? They said that there was strong wind before, and now there's no more. That's because of the Rainbow Villa And then, because we buried the flag of the 7 stars to subdue the wind, and King County, the people at the King County office said the same thing. There's no more wind these days. And the black-faced golden mother, when she is in performance, she's in actions, then all those evil ghosts will be eradicated. The words that I didn't say earlier, that the black-faced golden mother uses the strongest black windstorm to blow all the evil ghosts into hell. So if you take her home, not this one, but any statues that you can invite home, then all the ghosts will run away. Because the black-faced golden mother has such power. And she was about to catch a ghost earlier. And she said she wanted to attach to my body, turn over the table, and jump down and catch a ghost. And catch ghost. And I don't know who she was going to catch. And then you pull out the 7-star sword and step all over. Oh no. Swords are not for chop, it's to stab or to cut. How could we have done that? Because we are all disciples. They are all disciples. And you just want to show. But if whom you're catching is a beautiful girl, then how can I do it? But if you're trying to catch Juru, maybe I'll just take advantage of the opportunity to beat him. But if it's a beautiful girl, then I wouldn't want to beat her. So let's stop chatting. And for the next Sunday, the Hayagriva is also quite powerful, also very ferocious. That's the horse-headed wisdom king. So he is like a horse galloping. And look at the cars. We always say horsepower. The horsepower of the cars. And they ran very fast. The same with the horse-head Heruka. The horse symbolizes that he is as fast as the wind. Also very powerful. That's next Sunday. And there are many Tibetans practicing Hayagriva or the horse-head Heruka. And also in Japan, the Hayagriva is very popular. And the Hayagriva Purba is also very popular in Japan. It's very powerful. The mantra of the black-faced golden mother. And the same mudra And in visualization, what's special is she's holding, her left hand is holding the 7-star sword. I have 3 7-star swords with 2 mudras. When my guru transmitted in my Taoist lineage, is with the 7-star sword and a seal that's being transmitted from the earliest guru to the current guru, and then transmitted it to me. And I place the sword and seal inside my study where I write books, in front of my bookshelves. There is a sword and a seal wrapped in a red cloth. So when we travel, or when we perform rituals, we have to carry the sword and the seal. So the seal represents the lineage and also the sword. The origin of the black-faced golden mother is from Jiosan, Lin Qiandai. She went to the place of Golden Mother, and Golden Mother gave her a black pill. The black-faced Golden Mother gave her a black pill, and what is this for? Is to communicate with the ghost. By taking this black pill, then you have the eyes that can see ghosts, and you can talk to the ghost, and you can deliver the ghost, or you can eradicate the ghost. If it is a good goat, then you can deliver it, and an evil ghost has to be eradicated or wiped out. So Jiosan had such power, and she told me that. And there was also a red pill, a black pill and a white pill that were about to be given to her, but the black-faced golden mother gave Jiosan the black pill because there may be red and white pills. There will be other functions for the red and white pills. So she's like a medium, that she would let the ghost to attach to her and speak to people. So like a deceased mother would attach to her body and speak to the son or daughter. So the one I met at the Jet Emperor Temple was Jiosan. And then she was the one that told me that Golden Mother was looking for me and asked me to kneel in front of the altar. And I told her, I know nothing, but Golden Mother was looking for you. And I told her, I know nothing. And she said, as soon as you kneel down, then you would know. And she was very pushy, very forceful, so I kneeled down. And now this is what happened. That's how it all started. So this is the crucial point in my life, the most crucial turning point in my life, at that Jade Emperor Temple, Yi Huang Gong. And Jiosan kept calling for Katzi, my nickname, Katzi. That Golden Mother is looking for Katzi, and I am Katsu.
他就讲说，药师金母要找你哦。
And Golden Mother's looking for you, she said. And I said, what for?
他说可
And
能
then
要
she
你
said,
将来要帮他。我说我什么都不会啊。
to ask you to help her. And I said, but I don't know
让
anything.
你跪下来，跪下来
I'm not
就
capable of
可以
anything. And she said,
我说
just
到
kneel
头
down.
面
Once
来
you
就跪
kneel
下来
down,
合掌
then you will be able to.
哎
So
眼睛里
unwillingly, I
面
kneeled down
产
and
生
joined
金
my
色的光
palms.
芒，
And in my
用
eyes,
金
there
色的光
are
芒出来，
a golden rays
然后就显
appearing,
现那个，
golden light rays appearing, and Golden Mother
然后
appeared,
再出来阿弥陀佛，
and Amitabha Buddha appeared, and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva appeared. One by one, they appeared.
然后玉皇大帝还写了2个字给我，
And the Jet Emperor
那2个
Temple
字就是忠，
wrote 2 words,
义
Zong, loyalty,
义啊，义气的
and
义
Yi is righteousness.
我就看到这2个字，
I saw these 2 words.
那玉皇大帝就讲了，这2个字给
And
你
Jet
做
Emperor
终身
said,
的座右铭，就是要忠，
these
要
are
义。
your
我觉得这个义
principles
非
for
常
all
重
your
要
life, loyalty and
圣
righteousness.
经里面所打开的。我以前学圣经啊，读的是圣经。
When I learned the Bible,
马可、
Matthew,
马
Mark,
可、罗加、约翰，
Lucas, John.
著作相传。啊，你看过圣经的，你们翻过圣经的，你们就知道，圣经的第一个就马太。
In the Bible, the verses Matthew's, Mark's, Lucas, John,
前面是4个，
and these are the 4 books from the 4 disciples of Jesus,
他的所有的学生所做的事情。
and all the
另
things
外还
that
有这个
his disciples
最后
did.
就是启示录，最后就是开启用，开启用。
The last one,
马太、马可、路加、约
The
翰、
last
使
one.
徒行传、哥林多前书、哥林多后书、塔山罗尼迦
Corinthian,
啊，塔山罗尼迦前传、塔山罗尼迦后传、
Thessalonian,
启示录。
Judas,
当然中间我可能会忘掉几个，
and maybe I'll forget a few books in between.
这个圣经里面。
These are all the books in the
我
Bible.
是那个查经班的老师，突然之间跪在
I
老
was
师
a
面前，
Bible
老师面前
study teacher, and all of a sudden I kneel in front of Golden Mother and joined my palms and had the vision of that. So I started to study Taoism, and then later Buddhism, and then Tantric Buddhism.
我们今天呢，再讲一下道果。
Now let's talk about Lamdre. Those were all from the past.
现在讲这个明点聚集滋软，
The warmth, appearance of the accumulation of the light drops.
明点聚集滋软。
The warmth, appearance of the accumulation of the light
修
drops.
行之力，
One uses the power from his practice to turn the wind
用
and circulate the
丹陀
qi,
离火，
uses the
丹陀离火，
Kundalini fire.
丹陀离火，就是着火。
That's the inner fire.
这个翻的好奇怪。
This is strange translation. In Sanskrit, it's called Kundalini,
孔达尼尼，它翻成丹
and it's
陀离
translated
火
to
丹
become
陀离火，
Tanto
孔达尼尼，
Kundalini.
孔达
That's
尼
in
尼
Sanskrit.
开解脉及
To
融
open
并
the
分
channels and
首
melt the
先
pure
以
ambrosia.
明点直胜
When the
之
light drops first blazes with heat, there will be pain of the light drops. When warmth is generated from the movement of the light drops, bliss is generated. When warmth comes from the robustness of the light drops, merits will be generated. That's the explanation. So the warmth appearance of the accumulation of the light drops. Let me explain it. You use the qi from your spiritual cultivation to generate the light drops. And the light drops will rise to open your central channel, and then to the sides, melt all the sides. When the fire rises, then it has the function to melt. The channels that were blocked were all melted to become pure channels, and the central channel is open. When the light drops first blazes with heat, there will be pain of the light drops. During the melting, there would be some slight pain. At the brow point, there would be some slight pain. When it's melting, there would be some slight pain. When the light drops are moving, what are the light drops? They are secretions. Like yesterday, I was talking about the secretions. Things that you secrete in your body. There are secretions from the heart, from the liver, the kidneys. All the internal organs secrete some secretions, and they are all called light drops. And the light drops accumulate at certain points in the body. When the light drops move from this body chakra, when the body chakra melts, it would drip down and moves down. In the beginning, there would be some slight pain, and then there would be bliss, extreme bliss. It's not ordinary bliss. Now let me talk about something mundane. The bliss between man and woman is the same. And the woman will secrete light drops, and the man will also secrete light drops. When women secrete the light drops, in mundane term, is called climax or orgasm. Once you have orgasm, the woman will be blissful. And when the man is having orgasm, the man will also be blissful. Although they are the same bliss, but when the light drops move, the bliss generated from the light drops moving is different from the bliss experienced by the man and woman during intercourse. The light drops melting and flowing inside the long central channel to the secret chakra. The bliss is very long. Very long. It lasts very long. And the bliss in intercourse is rather short, and for a man it's even shorter, just a few seconds, or at most 1 minute, and it ends in a few seconds. And for the woman, the bliss is slightly longer. From the book, some people can have orgasm for 5 or 6 times, some for 20 times. And from what I know, someone that can have 100 times. You will not believe it, right? The record was someone with 100 times, and then someone just once, or with no orgasm. So that kind of bliss generated from the movement of the light drops is not just like between men and women. It's more blissful, longer. So it's like you're in heavens and you have death. It's just one person practicing by himself. When the inner fire rises and the light drops dripping, the bliss generated from it is much more blissful, 10 times or hundreds of times than the ordinary bliss. So if you go to heavens, the bliss that you get there is much more than the bliss in the human realm, maybe hundreds of times more or thousands of times more. And in the realm of desire, where it's symbolized by bliss, is much more than the human realm. And the bliss from Grandmaster's spiritual cultivation is also hundreds or thousands of times more than the mundane bliss, because the inner fire has been ignited and the light drops is dripping. And this kind of bliss can eradicate all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of afflictions. So this kind of explanation is very clear to everybody. They are all secretion, but the bliss between man and woman is just a little. But the bliss of Grandmaster is different. Is to melt all the light drops and to let it ascend and descend, descend, ascend, descend, ascend, holding it and dispersing it. And the bliss from it can only be found in meditation. The ignition, the rising of the inner fire, the melting of the light drops, the dripping of the light drops, and the movement of the light drops can generate bliss. And when the warmth comes from the robustness of the light drops, merits will be generated. So this is merits inside your body. So I said, my inner fire has been ignited, and I have key formulas in order to ignite the fire, both for man and woman. So for Grandmaster, in the inner Tantra practice, I have attained fruition in my non-leaking Dharma practice. I will never leak this like cement, which is the man's light drops. definitely never leak it.
你们就可以讲说，师尊吹牛，这是我吹牛。
If I have leaks, then you can say that I'm bragging.
但是你证明自己通通不会漏的时候。
But when you prove and you show that you have no leaks whatsoever, then the bliss that you have is 10 times more, hundreds times more, 1,000 times more than the ordinary bliss between a man and woman. So when the light drops become robust, the warmth generated can generate merits. Because you can prove the bright, clear light radiance. So the light drops will become more and more. So what is merits is because the luminosity, the bright radiance will be generated. If you don't follow Grandmaster's pith instructions and formulas, and you have inner fire, I will never believe it. But words through the grapevine, X, at the Padmakumara Hall, they have a Padmakumara Hall there. And she was practicing inner fire, and the inner fire was ignited, and then all of a sudden all sariras were generated. But she had none of the sariras because they were all stolen by the disciples. And you said that your inner fire has risen, but I have not taught you how to ignite the inner fire. What Grandmaster have written about igniting the inner fire. I will not make it public here. I will not tell you. But Milarepa was the most important lineage guru for inner fire practice. The Vajrayogini, Tumo, or inner fire practice. How to ignite the inner fire, the merging of the water and fire, and then to open the 5 chakras, the brow chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the navel chakra, and the secret chakra. Using the fire and water to melt the 5 chakras and open them. Only then you would be able to see your Buddha nature inside the heart chakra, that it would generate the blue light. This is a tantric practice. In meditation, the inner fire is ignited, the light drops drip, and it would merge at the brow chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, and then you open the heart chakra first. And you would discover when the heart chakra opens, inside there's bright light, and this light would be emitted through your skin pores. Then there would be the same as the rays of light emitted by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the aura around the head, around the body, and around the lotus throne. They all came from this. And what is this? This is the merits, that you have generated merits. That the bright radiance is the merits, that your whole body is pure, has been purified. So this is the tantric spiritual cultivation, and this is just in a nutshell. And how do you train in the non-leaking practice? Grandmaster used the short practice, using the six postures, that the tip of the tongue touched the palate, and pull down your chin, and pull your tummy to the back, lift up the anus, and the two eyes looking up. The tip of the tongue touching the palate, and pull in the chin, and breathe out all the upper chi, and push your tummy to the back, and then lift up the anus. So then once you succeed in your non-leaking, then you ignite the inner fire, and then you perform the single sword practice. And then when the fire rises and the light drops drips, then you open all the chakras, and then you open the brow chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the secret chakra, the navel chakra. And then once you open the navel chakra, then you would know about your past lives. And then your heart chakra opens, then you would know about what other people think. And then when your brow chakra opens, then you would have all the supernatural power of seeing and hearing. And when your whole body emits light, then the supernatural power of the complete leaking is achieved. So that's a tantric practice, spiritual cultivation. So the warmth generated from the movement of the light drops, bliss will be generated. When the light drops first blizzes with heat, there will be slight pain, and then bliss. And then when it's strengthened, there would be merits. When your whole body is completely purified and emptied, that all your afflictions and worries eliminated. So today's teaching is rather deep and profound. This is considered as the inner tantric practices, the practice of the chi, channels, and light drops. These were the light drops Dharma practice taught by Master Dukten Dorji. And how do you practice the inner fire Dharma? Before that, before the light drop practice, you have to do the inner fire practice first. You have to ignite the inner fire first. And X said that she has ignited her inner fire. But I never taught you the key formula. How could you ignite it? Because Milarepa's formula is not just the 6 portals, which is the way he said, which is 6 triangles. So he would pull in his feet to where the inner fire is, which is the 4-finger width below navel. That's the place of the inner fire, which is the place where you produce blood. You use your breathing to ignite the inner fire. And how is it ignited? You have to push, press, you have to tie it. So I'd like to ask you, have you tied it? Because that's a formula, a key formula. Have you tied it? I have not taught you how to tie. Only after teaching you how to tie it, that your inner fire can be ignited. So you lied to me, saying that you have ignited your little fire without doing the proper procedures. Because anyone with the inner fire ignited will not lie. There's one important point, that they would always speak truthfully. So what Grandmaster is teaching today is the important fifth instructions, key formulas of the tantric inner tantra practices, and they're all truthful. So acts taught you to hypnotize,
教你导引，
to
教
guide
你观落音。讲不好听
subconsciously,
的话，那就是观落音。
and to
导
let
引就是
you
暗示，
go to the hell
催眠呢，就是让你产生幻
and
觉。
giving you
你看到的
clues.
都是真实的，
Hypnosis is to see illusions. What you see are just illusions, are not real.
就是真实见。
But once your inner fire has been ignited, then what you see is the real visions.
啊，有人讲说，哎，在师尊这里修了半天了，看不到什么，去那里做了
Someone said
道
that
理，哎，这爬天梯。
he has been practicing at Grandmaster's place for a long time and didn't see anything, and he went there. And he was climbing on the ladder and saw the past lives and went to hell to see the deceased family members or the appearance of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They were all just
催眠
illusories.
导引、观落音，
So hypnosis,
不用那么麻烦。
subconscious
你只要
hints,
吃个迷饭药就
and
有了。
going to hell to see the spirits.
你不用吃迷
It's
饭药
not
也
so
可以啊。
hard. You can just take in the hallucinator.
把那个强力胶放到
Hallucinator
那个塑胶袋里面磨啊，把它磨
drugs,
你吸那一
or
口
like
气
you
啊，
take
吸
the
了你就明
the
白，
certain kind of
我
glue,
要什么就来什么。
like chloroform or something,
想要
and then
什么
you breathe that in. Then whatever you think
为
of
什
will
么那么多
appear.
人喜欢 K 他命啊，毒品啊？
There are
因
many
为那个
people
暂时让
love
你满足的幻觉，
drugs or addicted to drugs
你要那幻觉
because
做什
they
么？
give you
你的导
hallucinations.
引是什么？
But
你的催眠是什么？
what use are they?
告诉你，你的导引、你的催眠，
You know, the
你的观落音，
hints or
全部都是幻觉。
subconscious hints of brainwashing, hypnosis, or going to see the spirits.
你就看得见。
They're all illusory. You want to see something? We can just give you those
你
drugs.
用
Very
的是
easy.
幻觉来诱怪生活中的同门。
So
用
you
幻觉
are
来诱怪
using
生活中的同门。
these
我今
illusions
天叫你升
to
起
trick
着火，
to Buddha disciples.
是叫你真实
But
见。
I'm teaching you to ignite the inner fire
着火没有
so that you can have the real visions. I know that your inner fire has not been ignited, but you lied to people and told them that your inner fire has been ignited. There's no need to talk too much, Om Mani Padme Hum.